Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. WTA Rankings Number 1 Battle: Aryna Sabalenka v Coco Gauff v Iga Swiatek. Aryna Sabalenka has a dominant lead at the top of the WTA rankings, but her position could be under threat from Iga Swiatek come the end of the 2025 WTA Tour season. The three-time Grand Slam winner has spent 38 weeks in a row at number 1 as she replaced Swiatek at the top last October, and she has gone from strength to strength as she became only the second woman to reach 12,000 ranking points after the great Serena Williams. 23-time Grand Slam winner Williams hit that milestone in June 2013, and Swiatek was the second woman to get to 11,000 points in May 2024, before Sabalenka went past the pole after Wimbledon. The Belarusian is currently on 12,420 points, and she has a 4,751-point advantage over second-placed Coco Gauff, with Swiatek another 856 points adrift in third place, following her Wimbledon title. Top 5 in WTA rankings. 1. Aryna Sabalenka, 12,420. 2. Coco Gauff, 7,669. 3. Iga Swiatek, 6,813. 4. Jessica Pegula, 6,423. 5. Mira Andreeva, 5,163. With such a big lead, Sabalenka is set to remain at number 1 for at least a couple more months, but things will get interesting after the North American hardcourt swing in terms of the battle between the top three. Sabalenka points to defend. The world number 1 enjoyed a brilliant second half of the season in 2024 as she won the Cincinnati Open, US Open, and Wuhan Open. The 8 women to complete the Surface Slam. Iga Swiatek joins exclusive club. Gauff points to defend. Reigning French Open champion Gauff will drop 3,060 points before the end of the year as she won the China Open and WTA Finals, 2,300 combined, and reached the semi-final in Wuhan, but struggled outside of that as she lost early at the US Open and the 2 North American WTA 1000 events. The 8 women to complete the Surface Slam. Iga Swiatek joins exclusive club. Gauff points to defend. Reigning French Open champion Gauff will drop 3,060 points before the end of the year as she won the China Open and WTA Finals, 2,300 combined, and reached the semi-final in Wuhan, but struggled outside of that as she lost early at the US Open and the 2 North American WTA 1000 events. Swiatek points to defend. The newest Wimbledon champion is in a good position ahead of the final few months of the 2025 season after a disappointing end to the previous year. Swiatek will only drop 830 points from her US Open quarterfinal run and the WTA Finals. Although she reached the semifinal of the Cincinnati Open, she lost those points following her failed drug test after the tournament. The pole also didn't play in Beijing and Wuhan due to that positive test. Final stint tally. Once the points are dropped, Sabalenka sits on 7,395, with Swiatek on 5,983 and Gauff on 4,609. So the Belarusian still has a comfortable 1,412-point cushion, and she is currently the favorite to finish as the year-end number 1, as she only needs a couple of big titles in the coming months to put her out of reach. In the electric air of a post-Wimbledon summer, 3 names dominate every tennis headline, whisper through every locker room, and echo across every court. Aryna Sabalenka, Coco Gauff, and Iga Swiatek. The race to the WTA number 1 ranking isn't just a statistical shuffle. It's a storm of ambition, legacy, and fire. It is history being rewritten by the hands of 3 women who couldn't be more different and more equally destined for greatness. Chapter 1. Iga, the queen with a crown to defend. Iga Swiatek, the Polish prodigy turned dominant force, came into the 2025 season with a loaded trophy cabinet, the respect of her peers, and the weight of being the hunted. Her supremacy on clay is near mythical. Her backhand, a masterstroke of timing and precision, slices through tension like a violin bow. But Wimbledon had always been her Achilles' grass. Until now. After a commanding win at the All England Club, her first on grass, IGA silenced all critics and proved her adaptability. But the victory did more than secure her a trophy. It reignited the points race at the top. She knew Aryna was closing in, and Coco was surging like a summer storm. In her post-match interview, IGA's voice was calm, but her eyes told the story of a fire relit. Every match now, it's not just about winning. It's about staying ahead. About staying number one. Chapter 2, Aryna, the hunter with something to prove. Aryna Sabalenka doesn't play tennis. She attacks it. The Belarusian powerhouse had hovered close to the number one ranking since her Australian Open triumph the year before, but a few costly semifinal exits and one painful US Open loss had seen her bounce between number 2 and number 3. Now, after a strong grass-court swing and a Wimbledon semifinal that could have gone either way, Aryna is once again within striking distance. Her fans are loyal, vocal, and angry, especially after her defeat to Gauff in the French Open and the controversial scheduling that seemed to favor Swiatek at Wimbledon. This is what Aryna was talking about. One fan raged on Twitter. The inconsistency. The bias. She fights twice as hard for half the recognition. But Aryna, ever the warrior, ignored the noise. It's not about politics. It's about points, she told a reporter at the Canadian Open. Let them talk. I'm coming for that number one. Chapter 3, Coco, the Rising Phoenix. And then there's Coco, the American sensation, who once drew headlines as a teen prodigy, now stands tall as a Grand Slam champion and global icon. Her game is matured, aggressive yet intelligent, fierce but calculated. What makes her more dangerous than ever is not just her athleticism, but her mind. The Gauff who wept after early exits in 2022 and 2023 is gone. What remains is a contender who can outlast you mentally, physically, and emotionally. After claiming her first slam at the US Open and backing it up with a win in Rome, Gauff is the third in the holy triangle of this ranking war. She's the youngest of the trio, but perhaps the most dangerous because she's evolving the fastest. And she knows it. Pressure. She shrugged during a press conference. No pressure. I like it. I've been chasing these two since I was 15. Now they're looking over their shoulders. Her win over Sabalenka at Roland Garros? Clinical. Her near upset of IGA in the Wimbledon quarters? A warning shot. Coco Gauff isn't coming. She's already here. Chapter 4, The Numbers Game. As of mid-July 2025, the WTA rankings look like a digital battlefield. Iga Swiatek, 10,210 points. Aryna Sabalenka, 9,980 points. Coco Gauff, 9,780 points. The gap between them is razor-thin. A single Masters 1,000 title. A Grand Slam final. Even early round exits could flip the order like dominoes. The North American hardcourt season looms like a coliseum. Toronto. Cincinnati. The US Open. IGA defends little. Sabalenka has semifinals to match. Gauff, defending her Flushing Meadows crown, faces the harshest test. Each knows the equation. A single mistake could cost the throne. Chapter 5, The Rivalries Within. Though respectful, the tension is real. Sabalenka versus Swiatek has become the classic power versus precision duel. Their matches are battles of will, stamina, and nerves. Gauff versus Swiatek is the tactical chessboard, Coco trying to solve the puzzle that is IGA's patterns and angles. Gauff versus Sabalenka is the thunderstorm, two explosive forces colliding, never without sparks or drama. Fans argue relentlessly online. Whose style is more dominant? Who gets better draws? Who's the face of women's tennis? It's less debate, more civil war. And yet, the athletes themselves rarely take the bait. Until Wimbledon, after IGA's controversial late-night match was rescheduled. Benefiting her recovery before the semifinal, Coco made a pointed, thinly veiled remark. It was shady. That's all I'll say. Aryna's camp nodded in agreement. Twitter exploded. It's exactly what Sabalenka hinted at months ago. One fan posted, the WTA protects one over the others. It's a rigged ladder. IGA didn't respond directly, but her camp released a subtle statement. Champions adapt to any condition. And just like that, the fire was reignited. Chapter 6, Legacy in the Making. What makes this race historic isn't just the quality of tennis. It's the backdrop of the moment. For the first time in over a decade, the WTA doesn't have a single dominant monarch, but a triangle of queens, each poised to rule. Iga, the perfectionist, trying to prove she's not just a clay queen but the era's true constant. Aryna, the gladiator, fighting not just her opponents, but the system and narrative around her. Coco, the chosen one, rewriting what it means to rise, fall, and rise again. 3 different styles, 3 different personalities, 3 global fan bases, but one singular goal, that #1 crown. Chapter 7, The Road Ahead. August, New York. The U.S. Open will be more than a slam, it will be war. If Coco defends, she may snatch the top spot for the first time. If Aryna wins, she might leapfrog both. If Iga reaches the final, she could secure enough buffer to finish the year on top again. Off the court, the marketing machines spin. Nike, Adidas, Yonex, Wilson, they pour millions into their stars. Fans fly across oceans. Debates rage on social media and tennis forums. Every forehand is scrutinized. Every walk to the net analyzed for attitude. Every press conference becomes a reading of the political atmosphere of the tour. This isn't just a rankings race. It's a trifecta of power, purpose, and pride. Epilogue, the crown for now. As the summer heat blazes and the hard courts await, only one thing is certain. The crown may sit on Iga Swiatek's head today, but it wobbles. And both Sabalenka and Gauff have their hands on it. In this new golden era of women's tennis, greatness is no longer owned. It is contested. And the throne? It belongs to whoever dares to want it most.